Morning. Shall we begin this morning together by singing, Shall we stand as we're able? And would you also help me welcome members of the Portland Gay Men's Chorus with us today?
Good morning. It's a beautiful day today. Look at these wonderful new members we have joining us today. We're glad you're all here. We're a multi-generational community that strives to put love at the center of all we do. Together we work to nurture our spirits, support one another, and work for justice in the wider world. And we saw that happen yesterday. We're not perfect, but we're committed to building a community where everyone can feel at home. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you've been coming for years, whether you're here in the sanctuary or you're connecting with us online, you're an important part of this gathering. We welcome you where you are in your life's journey, in times of hope or weariness, times of joy or sorrow. A few announcements today. Following this service, we're gathering for social hour in Buchan Building, and all are invited to come and enjoy a beverage, socialize, and visit the tables that offer information on all the ways that you can take part. This is happening immediately following the service, and you can always check in at the welcome desk or with one of our great ushers, and they will help you get there if you've never been to Buchan before. You can also join the music transition team to learn about all that is happening and how you can give some feedback. You can find the Music Ministries Transition Team Listening Meeting, that's a mouthful, in Elliott at 11:45 after the service. That would be Elliott Chapel. Oh, it's wrong. Okay, where are we meeting today? Cancel that. Go on to enjoy coffee in Buchanan. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or you could fill out the board survey. Yes. Okay, you may already be aware of this, but First U Portland website is currently experiencing technical difficulties, and unfortunately, it will be unavailable for the next few days. We are actively working to resolve this issue as soon as possible. In the meantime, please stay informed through our email communications for updates and important announcements. We appreciate your patience and understanding during this time, which leads me to also tell you that today is the last day to sign up for the Seder dinner. And if you'd like to do that, please stop at the table in Buchanan or find on the back of the announcements today the tiny URL to reserve your space. And we offer a very special welcome this morning to members of the Portland Gay Men's Chorus who are providing music. You can feel the love, right? Dr. Braden Ayers is directing, and we welcome these very special guests. Now it seems, we're working on our improv skits here today. Oh, here, you need double. Oh, double. I know what this means. We're going to talk about the auction.
Well, you're in luck. The deadline for donating auction items has been extended to next Sunday, April 13th.
I love the auction because it brings folks together and connects people in fun events. They can get to know each other, all while supporting our congregation.
Yes, you could host a game night, lead a guided hike, offer a few hours of yard work, or maybe a dance lesson.
I hear there will be pies to kick off, and that's a great thing to have on Easter morning, and I'm going to elbow my way down there and get some because they always sell out.
I am going to offer a sermon topic of someone's choice, and my family is going to offer a mosaics and mimosas or mocktails event. And I hear that the board is offering a special tea. Now, some of you may not know this, but David Sneddon, my husband, actually made this mosaic. So a fun Miller-Sneddon event.
The auction this year, the theme is Welcome In. Couldn't be more fitting. It will be funding a number of things, including special projects connected to hospitality, such as a welcome desk, a new sign, and some security to keep the block cleaner.
So donations are due April 13th, and online bidding starts on April 20th, and you can pick up a pie downstairs. And since our website is down, look for the special e-blast about the auction that will be coming in your email this week. And right now you can go to www.tinyurl.com/FUP auction, which takes you to the auction website, which is working.
All right, let's get connected. All right, so it seems like a very good time for us to greet our neighbors, so why don't we do that? Good morning.
I would like to invite Ruth Robinson, our longest time member. Woo! Ruth, I'm told you joined in 1961, is that right?
I started coming in 61.
Oh, you started coming in 61. Not until 64. So only 61 years. And Josie, they're going to light our chalice, and we invite folks at home to light your chalice or a candle along with us. And let us all say together our unison affirmation. We are Unitarian Universalists. We light this chalice in faith, in hope, and in love. Thank you. Our call to worship is a covenant written by James Villa Blake. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And now we would love to invite our first new member testimonial, and would Barbara Platts come forward and share?
When I moved from Santa Fe, New Mexico to Portland, Oregon in 2024, I promised myself I would do 3 things. I would eat healthier snacks, I would read more nonfiction, and I would visit a Unitarian church. It's been a year since my relocation, and one of those promises has been kept. On my first visit in June 2024, I was impressed by the sense of togetherness and friendliness of the congregation. Participating in the rituals of the service brought tears to my eyes as I realized something profound had been missing in my life. I knew no one, and so it was awkward, but I kept coming back, especially to hear Garrett Bond and his music ministry. I love music, but have not been blessed with any talent. My husband sang in a chorale. He and I were married for 52 years. He died a little over 5 years ago. My son and my daughter have beautiful voices. My son's first complete sentence at the age of 18 months was, "Mama, don't sing." I signed the book in January, a New Year's resolution to myself to look for spiritual meaning in my life. I have not been a member of a church since 1973, and my needs and expectations of membership are different now from what they were then. I have joined the Alliance, volunteered at the Salmon Street Shower Project, and pledged what I can. In return, I am finding a community and a collection of individuals, that is you, who impress me deeply with the commitment to living your faith. Thank you for being on the journey with me.
Come in. I'm Leah Ungary, and I'm joined today by Josie. We have a story for you, and it's about the transformative power of love as we launch our April theme of liberation.
Today our story is called Love Is by Diane Adams, illustrated by Claire Keene. Love is holding something fragile, tiny wings and downy head. Love is noisy midnight feedings, shoebox right beside the bed. It's peaceful sleeping, no more peeping, tucked in tightly, head to toes.
Love is waking up together, side by side, beak to nose. It's early mornings, messy bath times, tidying up, and settling down.
Love is in familiar voices, feeling lost and being found. It's in the struggles, growing muscles.
Ready for a bigger pond.
It's sensing when the time is right to lift those wings to travel on. Love is nudging gently, tugging, coaxing baby from the nest. It's getting to the edge and hoping, letting nature do the rest.
Love is missing, reminiscing, wishing things could stay the same. It's understanding that even ducklings, like the seasons, have to change.
And love is also watching, waving, wondering if love remembers you, and knowing in a happy instant that love has lasted and grown some too.
The end. So I want to invite all of our children, youth, and religious education leaders to depart for their classes. Josie is going to lead us, and we will bring with us our learning community chalice so that we can share this symbol of community while we are in the building next door. If you are a new family, if you're visiting for the first or an early time, please join us. If you meet me in the lobby, we would be happy to show you where to go. And let us now all join our voices in a hymn of blessing.
I'd like to invite Rizzo Smith to come forward. She's going to give us another new member testimonial.
I didn't engage in any faith-based communities when I was in my 20s, but then I found myself all alone in Middle America, desperate for an encouraging word, for a community that shared my values. I attended the UU services in Youngstown, Ohio, while I was there on clinical rotations, and saw through my own eyes why people seek fellowship. The congregation there was modest, maybe a couple dozen people on Sunday mornings, But the spirit in the room was the same that I remembered from my childhood, the same one that I found here 6 months later. I've come to think of that spirit as the missing link in living a good life, that spirit that can only be generated by a community that dares to hope together. After the isolation I'd experienced in those previous 5 years, it was an overwhelming gift just to sit in a sanctuary and listen to someone play a song I know on a guitar, to hear someone say, "You are welcome here." I hadn't known that I needed a community of faith, but when I figured it out, it made perfect sense. With the unrelenting nature of the human experience, faith is essential, whether that is faith in a higher power, faith in the power of the collective to affect positive change, or just faith that you can actually make it through the week. Of course, faith is essential. It's as essential as hydration, nutrition, as shelter, as art. The first thing someone said to me after I signed the book here a couple weeks ago was, "Welcome aboard," bringing to mind a ship on an ocean. Those words felt so very fitting. Not only am I on a boat, I'm part of the crew now. I can't remember ever experiencing the feeling that people expect me to stick around. And in this moment of my life, it's the best feeling of which I can think. In order to live intentionally, I believe it's important to live with a mindset of learning and growth in parallel with the understanding that we are whole, complete beings in this moment which lacks nothing. Why am I becoming a member? First Unitarian is a community that sees me as a whole, complete person, even if I am struggling to see that in myself, encouraging me to have faith in myself. At the very same time, it's a community that challenges me to continue to learn and grow, and most importantly, to act in alignment with my values, encouraging me to have faith in possibility. I'm joining here because here is a community of people who share those values and people who can help me expand my perspective, encouraging me to have faith in other people. By offering conversation, safety, moments of stillness, moments of joyful commotion, and opportunities to participate in the causes which called me, this is how First Unitarian helps me find a sense of what is sacred within a community that I can call my own. I'm becoming a member because this community empowers one another, allowing me to be both complete and a work in progress, cultivating faith that I belong in this world.
It's our custom to share Sunday offerings with community organizations that reflect our values of justice. For the month of April, we'll share our plate with Alante Mujeres. They write, Latina women and their families, generations of poverty, racism, sexism, and isolation have limited opportunities for empowerment. We're on a mission to change that through education, leadership training, and enterprise opportunities. Latina women and their families are becoming strong, empowered leaders. Adelante Mujeres serves more than 17,000 people in and around Washington County in Oregon each year. In a few moments, members of our usher team will be by to collect any offerings by cash or check. You can also use this QR code found in one of these markers in seats nearby you. And if you're online, you can press the Pledge Now button. Thank you, or excuse me, Donate Now. We want you to pledge too. Thank you for all your generosity. We make space in our service each week to name the milestones of the life in our congregation. A reminder that pastoral support is available from our ministers and our lay ministers here in the church. Each week you can light a candle of intention in each one of our side galleries, or you can offer a prayer intention which can be held by our ministers and lay ministers throughout the week. You can write those down and put them in the urns in the side galleries, and you can also send them to prayer@firstunitarianportland.org. We have one parish concern this morning. Member Norma Eckelman died on March 15th. Norma attended our church for many years until health issues made it no longer possible. Her daughter, Jan Marie Fortier, is a member here at First Unitarian, and her granddaughter, Reverend Heather Ryan Starr, is the minister at the Unitarian Universalists of Southern Delaware congregation in Lewes, Delaware. And a joy to share. Yesterday at the Hands Off rally was truly a lovely and bonding experience. Over 80 of us from First Unitarian Church walked together picking up more folks on the way, and other like-minded individuals joined us. Seeing our Standing on the Side of Love banner proudly displayed over the Burnside Bridge was a highlight, and we're grateful for the unity shown at nearby rallies all around the city and the state. Thank you to all who participated, both in body and in spirit. We know there were a lot of you that wanted to walk with us, and you were there with us. Your support made this event unforgettable.
Today we are celebrating the milestone of membership at the beginning and also celebrating our longtime members. So I am going to invite you to rise or raise your hand if you, like Ruth, have been a member for 60 or more years here. So I'm going to invite you to hold applause to the end. 50 or more years, would you rise or raise your hand? Wow. I know it's hard not to clap for that much. 40 or more years. Wow, wow, wow. Wonderful. 30 or more years, would you rise or raise your hand? Wow. Wonderful. 20 or more years. Wonderful. 10 or more years. Wonderful. And has anyone made it to 5, somewhere between 5 and 10 years? Would you rise? Wonderful. Wonderful. Spirit of life, we celebrate today what it means to be a member of this congregation. All of us tend these spaces of spirit and soul, of intellect and heart, of journeying and learning, so that everyone may know that they are welcome here as complete people and as works in progress. We hold today our newest members. May they find this community one that rises to be spiritual companions with them, one that journeys with them towards wholeness, towards holiness, towards a space where every child, youth, and adult of every age may share their gifts and talents with one another. And finally, we hold all of our visitors who may be here for the first time, or even those that don't want to join any organization. You are welcome here too. May you find that this is a journey of love and that makes all the difference. Amen, and blessed be, and may it be so. And now I invite you into some moments of silence together. And now let us rise in body or spirit and let us sing together. We are a gentle, angry people.
Married here in 1952. Husband was responsible for legislation. Speaking of, in this first Sunday of April, we find ourselves in the month of liberation as our spiritual theme. And I find it so wonderful that not only do we have the recognition of our new members, the recognition of our longtime members, we also have very special guests of our community here with us today. Besides the hat that I wear here as the interim music director, I also have the unbelievable privilege of serving as the associate artistic director for this organization. There are 220 active members in the chorus, and we have served thousands of individuals since our history, since our founding in 1980, and today we have just about over 40 of our members as well. So, you should also know that the hymn that we just sang, you'll learn a bit more about in just a moment, because it's been very significant in both the churches and in our queer history. In April of 1980, a group of wonderful gay men gathered together, and they decided to sing. This act of resilience was inspired by many persons and events happening in our nation and at the turn of the previous decade. While warriors of hatred, like Anita Bryant, Jerry Falwell, and the Moral Majority, were spreading messages of religious hatred, criminalizing and demonizing queer individuals just for existing and choosing to love, we chose to sing. I wasn't around in 1980, but the collective we is what we're going with here today. In case anyone was curious. After the assassination of Harvey Milk and San Francisco's mayor, George Moscone, in November of 1978, at the hands of Dan White, we chose to sing. And the hymn we just sang was the hymn that was sung on the steps of the Capitol building in San Francisco, and also the first public performance of the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus, the first organization in our history. This past February, the Portland Gay Men's Chorus held our Sapphire Gala to celebrate our 45th season. Lifetime member and chorus founder Gary Coleman was asked to speak about what resilience means to him. And to the chorus, he said this: according to the Oxford Dictionary, resilience is the capacity to withstand and to recover from difficulties. With all that queer people have faced and all we have yet to face, our singing and mere existence is at its core an act of resilience. Our joy is our protest. Our resilience is our protest, and our existence is our protest. By its founding in 1980, the chorus was energized, armed with the power of music. Those founding individuals bravely stood up and sang their truth, even in the face of any adversity. By June of 1982, this chorus had grown to over 100 members. In 1983, the first member of the Portland Gay Men's Chorus fell to the devastation of the AIDS pandemic, which over the coming years would claim the lives of over 125 of our members. During the darkest days of the AIDS crisis, the motto stood forth. We buried our friends in the morning, we protested in the afternoon, and we danced all night. And most importantly, we continued to sing. Now, how does that connect to this place? I bet you're wondering. This church will remember well the Oregon Citizens Alliance in 1992 with ballot measure 9 that would declare homosexuality to be perverse, abnormal, wrong, and unnatural, as well as in 1994 ballot measure 13, which prohibited any homosexuality classifications or funding. During these times, the Portland Gay Men's Chorus and the Portland Lesbian Choir hit the road and toured some of the most conservative parts of Oregon with a musical message of love and acceptance. While in town, this church came together to protest hate in any and all forms, wrapping the entire block in red ribbon and joining in hands to denounce the evils in the way that we know how, which is through love. Jumping ahead to the turn of the century, on September 11th, 2001, the unthinkable happened as the world that we know watched the impact of terrorism and fear in America. Over 1,000 Oregonians flew to New York City 3 weeks afterwards in support of New York in an effort called the Flight for Freedom. Those flights held many people, including members of the Portland Gay Men's Chorus and members of this very church, some people in this room today. Every time you see a protest in the city of Portland, case in point, yesterday, you can be sure to see members of the Portland Gay Men's Chorus and members of First Unitarian taking to the streets to combat hatred and division in any and all forms. I, personally, have been incredibly fortunate in my coming out experience and existence as a gay man, having experienced very little hatred. Though I have been called names, yelled at, had things thrown at me, being barred from various events and places that I've been prohibited to enter, my experience in the grand scheme of things has been mild. For other members in our ranks, those experiences unfortunately differ greatly. Many of our members have been traumatized and damaged by these hatreds, and especially in the wake of religious freedom and expressions. While it is truly impossible to say whether or not these damages will ever be repaired, one thing I can say is that engagements like this, what we are doing today, I truly believe, will assist to pave the way forward for the next generation of queer people to know that hatred does not live under every steeple or behind every pulpit. I believe in both this church and in the people behind me. I believe this church will continue to serve as a force for good and as a force for love. And I believe that those behind me will continue to sing and to love and to continue to send a message to all those who hate, that we will continue to sing for those who love and support us, like every person in front of me. As any mention of transgender and queer individuals is removed from the Stonewall National Monument, we will not be erased. As queer choruses are removed from arts venues like the Gay Men's Chorus of Washington was from the Kennedy Center, we will resist. As attacks on arts and culture funding and anything considered woke, like DEI programs, inclusion and BIPOC and queer history, we must fight back. Yes. As gender care and HIV services are threatened, we must stop this. As the future of nonprofits, as the future of our nonprofits are reconsidered what is right and wrong in view, and has continued to be threatened our existence, we will not be silenced. Because every voice that we bring here and in our wider world matters. Our stories and our mission and our music matter. Our history and our legacy matters. The Portland Gay Men's Chorus, First Unitarian Church are strong and resilient organizations on the front lines of social justice, serving our city, and by God, we will continue to do so. We will continue to bury our loved ones. We will continue to protest in the afternoons. And we will continue to dance and to sing all night long because, friends, we must. Thank you.
When people join a congregation, they are often looking for these three things: to belong to a community, to engage in meaning making, to participate in growth and transformation. One of the old covenants we frequently share together, written by James Villa Blake in 1894, points to all three. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace. That is about building community. To seek the truth in love, that is about meaning making. And to help one another, that is about growth and transformation. Active love and active service with one another here in our congregation and out there in the world beyond our literal and virtual walls are the foundations for community, meaning, and liberation to take place. In a covenantal faith, it is the act of co-creating a community of meaning and transformation that is centered, as opposed to a creedal faith which centers particular beliefs about God or what is of ultimate importance. Henry Nelson Wyman, the 20th century Unitarian process theologian and religious naturalist, writes of religion and faith as not simply about ultimate concern, but rather about ultimate commitment. The direction and intensity of our loyalties give shape and meaning to our lives. Our loyalties, commitments, covenants, the promises that we make and fulfill about how we live ethically, responsibly, and lovingly. These are the things that relate to the deepest meanings of membership and belonging. They demonstrate whose we are, and by doing so, who we are. Unitarian Universalist covenants remind us that we must always relate to a spirit of love and the web of all life. The transformation happens when our lives shift from I can take care of myself to we can and will take care of each other and our neighbors and our earth. This is a shift from a rampant individualism to a quality of interdependence found in the beloved community that Dr. King and so many other preachers, teachers, and prophets have spoken about. Cory Booker just this week. Yeah. Even though we have spiritual forebears like Theodore Parker, the great abolitionist, who have reminded us that love is necessary grounding for our faith, for a long time, we seem to raise individual conscience alone as the ultimate goal. One person who often gets quoted is our second minister here, Earl Morris Wilbur, who went on from here to help found Star King School for the Ministry. Wilbur and others of his time spoke of Unitarianism offering a new trinity: freedom, reason, and tolerance. These were seen as the defining values of Unitarians at the time. We still uphold freedom, the religious freedom to choose what we believe and not have a creed imposed on us. We still uphold reason. Ours is a faith where your intellect is welcome, where your questions and doubts are encouraged, and where science and logic, intellect, and inquiry abide. Tolerance, however, is not a value that we uphold any longer and haven't for some time. Here we don't just tolerate diversity, we move to embrace it. Freedom, reason, and diversity are what have shaped us into a liberal faith. And the movement to put love at the center of our faith is reshaping us into a liberating faith. One of my favorite stories to show that shift is shared by Reverend Rogers, that is, Mr. Rogers. It's about an episode that took place during a Special Olympics, during a 100-yard dash. There were 9 contestants assembled at the starting line, and when the starting pistol sounded, they all took off. But one little boy didn't get very far. He stumbled and fell and hurt his knee and began to cry. The other 8 children heard that boy's cries, and instead of ignoring him and concentrating on winning, all of them slowed down, turned around, ran back to him, and waited. When the little boy got up, he and the rest of the runners linked their arms together and joyfully walked to the finish line. And when they did, everyone in the stadium stood up and clapped and cheered for a long time. You know why? Mr. Rogers tells us, because deep down, we know that what matters in life is more than winning for ourselves. What really matters is helping others to win too, even if it means slowing down and changing our course now and then. We are living in a country and in a time and in history where some leaders claim that the best future depends on winning the race, while others are held back by suffering, by oppression, by disability, by gender, by race, by sexuality, by poverty, and by violence. Just think, Strom Thurmond was so convinced of it that he defended this view for 24 straight hours at the Senate, a reprehensible record finally broken by Cory Booker, who shared this. Yes, this is a moral moment. It is not left or right. It is right or wrong. Here we cultivate loyalty to a love that calls us on towards greater possibilities than we have known yesterday. It called us when our congregation wrapped the building in a ribbon and declared this a hate-free zone. It called us when this community voted to have its first Jewish minister in the 1930s, its first woman minister in the early 90s, and its first out gay minister in the mid-90s, which, if you're doing math, means that Reverend Tom is about to have his 30th anniversary, and its first Black minister in 2010. And it called to us last year when we opened the Shower Project as a place of mutual care and respite for our houseless neighbors. And it called to us yesterday at that march and rally to defend our democracy. These are but a few examples. Here we commit our lives to one another, to meaning making, and to building the beloved community, which means we here every week imagine a world where none lose because love always wins, and we devote ourselves wholeheartedly to that cause. Amen, and blessed be, and may it be ever so.
So now we'd like to call all the new members to come forward and stand in front of the chancel here. We'll read your names, not in any specific order. Some folks are here, some are here in spirit.
Alyssa Lee Smith.
Amy Ongary.
Ann Cowden.
Barba Plotz.
Blaze Shimeneza.
Dan Turner.
David Hoffman.
Deborah Dunn.
Eileen Deerdock.
Ellen Bailey.
Eric Hodgson.
Georgia Kirkpatrick.
Ginny Kaufman.
James Dunn.
James Whitefish.
Catherine Henson.
Lori Sabatino.
Laylee Weiss.
Mary Sawyers.
Mary Lou Cavendish.
Ned Wiss.
Mary Sawyers.
Rizzo Smith.
Rosette Koropor. I'm saying your name right, Rosette? Kosropor.
Sam Kaufman.
Sam Mueller.
Sarah Schur.
Sherry Robinson.
Steve Shanklin.
Sue Sample.
Timothy Price.
Tobias Ryan.
And I should check, did we miss anyone? Good.
Great. Do you want to announce? No. Now we'll do our covenanting together. There's a part for all of you, so watch the screen. It's a blessing and a joy this morning to welcome you into membership at First Unitarian Church in Portland. This is a community committed to spiritual growth, community care, and the work of justice. In these days where narratives of fear, scarcity, and violence threaten to divide and separate us, this commitment to center love and enter into caring and trusting relationship with one another is especially significant. We celebrate that decision and invite you this day to covenant with us.
And I invite the new members to share in this covenant, and anyone who feels inspired out there, you can re-covenant as well. Every time we covenant, we become a new community. I make a commitment to uphold the values of this chosen faith and the covenant of this congregation. I will try to live these values in my daily life, I will be present to journey with you in the search for truth and understanding. I will be intentional about my own lifelong growth, learning, and spiritual development. I will share in the work of this congregation and support its stewardship by giving of my time, talents, and treasure. I commit to being part of this multi-generational community where people of all ages learn from and support one another. I recognize that membership is a great blessing and a sacred responsibility, and I accept both with joy. And now the congregation. We receive you and your gifts with open hands and hearts. As you join us, we once again renew our own commitment to this religious community. We are proud to have you among us and ready to journey together. Welcome. Woo! Unitarian theologian James Luther Adams referred to our faith as a pilgrim church, a servant church on an adventure of the Spirit. The goal, he said, is the prophethood and priesthood of all believers, the one for the liberty of prophesying and the other for the ministry of healing. Today, we welcome you freely, openly, and trustingly into this work of healing and prophetic visioning. And you freely, openly, and trustingly accept us as your companions on this journey and this spiritual home in which to ground our sacred work. We welcome you with immense joy and celebration. You may be seated.
But don't get too comfortable. Shall we rise and sing together?
and now in our going. May the light of love bless us and keep us. May it shine down upon us. May it be gracious unto us, and may it radiate out from within us. And may it make each and every one of us restorers of democracy, peace builders, and co-creators of liberation. For this is the day that you and I are given. So let us rejoice in it and be glad. Go in peace, practice love. Amen.
If you were gay, that'd be okay. I mean, 'cause hey, I like you anyway. Because you see, if it were me, I would feel free to say that I was gay, but I'm not gay. If you were queer, I'd still be